I just really do a lot of work on trying to be just a vessel and allow music to flow through on all these different instruments.
Right.
You know, I hear a lot of folks say they don't want to be in a box, but I don't make any effort not to be in a box. Just whatever you want to call it, just buy it.
Hey guys, it's Ryan from AMS. We're here in Westbury, Long Island for the Experience Hendrix Tour. We had a chance to sit down with Marcus King and discuss what it's like to be on this tour, the gear that he uses to make it happen, and a few other little secrets that he hasn't told anybody yet. All right, we're here with Marcus King in Westbury, Long Island for Experience Hendrix. Thank you for the time.
Yeah, man.
So, as a player growing up, I mean, when I hear you play and I hear you sing, I hear a lot of different influences. Where does Jimi creep in?
Man, he crept in around the womb.
Yeah.
My father was a big Hendrix fan, and you know, he had tickets to see him actually when they were stationed over in Germany when he was about 16.
Oh, yeah?
But I think he missed his train, is the story. Comedy of errors, but he didn't make the show. But he was always a really big fan of the Experience and Cream and all the other bands kind of coming out of that Carnaby Street scene. And they were originally going to name it James Marshall. And my mother found out that was, Jimmy's name, so put the kibosh on that.
She didn't want to do it?
Didn't want to do it. And they also considered potentially Riley King, but that was B.B. King's name.
That's it, yeah.
So that didn't work out either. So
that's a lot of heavy lifting with a last name like King, isn't it?
Yeah.
No Albert, no Freddie,
yeah,
no BB.
They landed on Marcus, but I like it.
So you've been pretty busy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Stay busy, man. Like to stay busy.
So when they ask you to do something like this, is there ever is it more like, oh, yeah, I'm honored to do it. You tell me what songs you want us to do and you just go up there and do it? Or is there a little bit of input?
Man, when I come on a tour like this with so many of my heroes and peers, I really just ask them where they want me to point and I shoot,
What do you find is more difficult? Obviously you're a very accomplished guitar player. A lot of people never seem to cop the way Jimi sang.
Yeah. Well, he was a really unique kind of a singer. And I think you have that with a lot of people who are, I think the same could be said about Neil Young or Jerry Garcia, people who weren't really singers, but they sang because they had something to say. So, when you're trying to honor somebody's music like that, I find it important to just do it your own way.
Right.
And not try to emulate. It's good to pay homage, but you don't want to try to emulate because then you get kind of stuck in the weeds.
Yeah, I can see, and we've probably seen enough bad imitators of Jimi over the years. So to come in here and just be you and do what you do, and just kind of pay honor to Jimi is the way to do it, I guess, huh?
Yeah, and definitely take that from all the other performers on the stage. Everybody's doing it their own way.
Yep,
and also with a real, reverence and a real respect for the music.
Anything eye-opening when you come on a tour like this with this many great players? Anything you go, oh, I'm stealing that, or is it like, nah, I couldn't do it?
I mean, just getting to see Eric Johnson soundcheck and talk to him about gear.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of secrets of the trade there that I've taken home with me.
Stuff you can't tell us what the secret is.
Well, I don't know if he wants to let the secret sauce out or not. So,
well, that brings me to the next question, because I usually think of you as, obviously with the 335, more of a Gibson guy. But are you using a Strat or anything like this on this tour, or is it almost like, why bother?
Well, I've got a Strat that I really love, and I've played for years now. It's a 62 Strat. It's a refinish. A friend of mine refinned it for me. Fellow named Matt Hughes down in Atlanta, and he actually made the other guitar that I have out with me, which is like it's like a white SG custom like Hendrix used to play.
Sure.
And but the brand is Banker.
Oh yeah, that guy's awesome.
Yeah, he just builds guitars in his barn in the backyard and in his gym shorts, and that's the way I like it, man.
Living the dream.
Yeah, that's some real fine guitars, man. definitely check out Banker Guitars. But I've got that SG out, and I've been playing through Super Reverb.
Okay, it's not a bad rig.
No, and as far as pedals, I got the Roto Vibe, which is really great, and always have the Tube Screamer on. Clean Boost helps me get a little bit of that headroom that I want to find. And then to tie it all together, I've got the True-Fi Color Driver, and he's another guy. He makes his pedals in the backyard.
Mm-hmm. Is it like a fuzz, or what is it?
It's a fuzz, yeah. So, True-Fi pedals, this TRU-FI.
Mm-hmm.
And, Teddy makes great pedals.
All right. So you don't have to do mainly a different rig if you're using a Strat or a something with a humbucker. It's same board, same.
Sledderfly.
Now, you're also an orange guy. Yep.
Yeah, love orange.
Yeah. Any reason you're doing Fenders for this tour, or is it just a different flavor?
They had them.
Yeah. They're easy to come by.
And I'm the young guy on the tour, so I don't like to come in and make waves. So,
right.
I'll take the top bunk. I'll play whatever amp's available.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's got a little reverb, I'm happy.
Fair enough. And there's rumblings that there might be a Big Red coming out from Gibson, or is that something we can talk about?
Yeah, I mean, there's always talks about putting another Big Red in production, but before that happens, we're definitely going to be doing a Epiphone Dorado.
Okay.
And that's a guitar that Epiphone did in the 70s. Mm-hmm. I think they were made in Japan.
Right.
And it's been my acoustic of choice. It was my first guitar when I was growing up. My first memory of anything is opening the case to that guitar, and it's got the block inlays. It's kind of the poor man's, D48.
Okay.
So, I had Christy Carter. She actually put an Opry style guard on there, kind of a Grammar style. And, we've been working really closely with Gibson to put those out.
Is it a USA Epiphone or?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you're seeing a lot of people, the more the USA Epiphone stuff that's coming out, like obviously Chris Stapleton did one as well, and they're killer guitars. I think people forget the lineage there, how long that history of Epiphone is. Yeah,
I mean, before they were part of Gibson, they were, making really great stuff, and they are now too.
So I've been asking this question. Have you ever seen the movie Yesterday?
No, that's the one about the Beatles.
Yeah.
Right.
Essentially saying, they at some point in the movie, the Beatles were erased from history, but there's this one guy that has access to all the songs, so he ends up passing them off as his own.
Yeah.
Could you imagine a world without Jimi Hendrix, where we'd all be right now?
Man, I think it would be, pretty disastrous.
Could you imagine? I mean, that's the thing. We're talking 50 plus years since he's been gone, and yet we're still hearing new things and picking up new stuff from all the stuff he laid down in, 5 years of a recording artist.
I mean, to be that prolific in that short amount of time, there's a lot of artists that really kind of fit that mold. But Jimi particularly, all that he accomplished and what a moment in time that was and what a happening. And the songbook aside, which is prolific and profound, and just his stage presence and his aura, all of that was so powerful that it really impacted people in a heavy way. And it still does,
Well, it's funny you mentioned that too. I've read sometimes where you've talked about how you'd rather play guitar or sing than actually talk to somebody. It's almost as if it's like your armor. When you're up there, aside from the quiet, soft-spoken guy I'm talking to here, you're up there, you're like a different animal. What is it that it unlocks in you?
Well, I mean, I talked to all these folks on the road about it. We're all kind of on a journey to just be a vessel and just be a conduit, allow something to flow through, and try to heal yourself a little bit. But if you approach it with the right amount of humility and reverence and respect, and just helps to know that it's the only thing I want to be doing is to be there in front of y'all, and it's just a blessing to do it. So. Between that and all the stage banter that I borrowed from Pentecostal preachers growing up, that helps.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I mean, I hear so many styles and influences. I mean, I feel like you could do a jazz record or a country record or a blues record. It all, like you say, it just comes out sounding like you.
Yeah, well, I never I hear a lot of folks say they don't want to be in a box, but I don't make any effort not to be in a box. Just whatever you want to call it, just buy it. Get a ticket.
Answer.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, you talk about being blessed. Obviously, you're blessed with talent, but it wouldn't be anything without the drive to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been very vocal about, like, I'm in this for the long haul. I want to make sure that I stay vital and healthy. What's next after this?
I fly home Monday, and I go straight to rehearsal, and then I leave the next night.
Oh yeah, you going on your own tour?
Yeah, we're going back out, me and the band, and we're playing quite a number of Southeast dates, and then we're going over to Europe, playing some festivals over there.
All right. So, and then once that touring cycle's over, what do you do to keep the inspiration going? How do you keep that fire burning and not get totally toasted over it?
Man, when I go home, I make a pretty decent effort to, I don't practice 8 hours a day or anything like that anymore, but I try to stick to playing piano or mandolin, fiddle, banjo or the pedal steel guitar. And I just really do a lot of work on trying to be just a vessel and allow music to flow through on all these different instruments,
right.
And then when I get back to the guitar, it's really natural to me.
So you do step away from it a bit to just kind of clear your head, or?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm really fascinated by other instruments, even Middle Eastern instruments like sarod is really fascinating to me. So got one of those recently. So I'm always trying to tinker with something, or either that or I'm fishing or, watching a movie with the wife.
That makes sense. And a lot of Eastern instruments, with the fact that they're not worried about frets and stuff like that, it's like playing slide. I mean, you have to have that ear for that,
Absolutely.
So next album, we can expect you to play like an oud or something.
Well, man, I got my guy Drew Smithers on slide guitar, so I kind of gave up the slide guitar. I let him handle all that heavy lifting.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for the time, man. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Take care. Enjoy the
Cheers.
night. We want to give a huge shout out to our friend Marcus King for taking the time to sit down and talk to us today. We also want to thank our friends at Marshall Amplification for making it all possible. If you want to check out all the Marshall gear that we carry, be sure to check us out at americamusical.com.